I'm pleased to welcome Carol Waggett. Carol is an assistant professor of environmental science at Allegheny College. I first met Carol in 2007 after the Community Foundation made a grant to help support the Healthy Homes, Healthy Children project. So what is Healthy Homes, Healthy Children?
It's a nonprofit organization, and we started actually as a class project. We were initially designed to just get a chance to see what was going on in the community with the housing. We recognized that the housing was older, and most of the housing is older than 1950s. A lot of it was built in the 20s and 30s, and we recognized that there's a history of older housing having problem with lead paint. That was how we first started. We didn't intend by any stretch to become a nonprofit organization. We were just trying to assess whether there was any potential risk to children. From those early studies, though, based on a series of classes that I had with advanced students in environmental health, we found that there was, in fact, a lot of the homes here in the region had a high risk of elevated lead levels. Further studies that I'd conducted with funding from the United States Environmental Protection Agency found that a lot of the children in the region also had elevated blood lead levels. So we found that there was exposure, and then a lot of the children were coming into contact with that lead and absorbing it into their body.
So how dangerous is lead poisoning?
Lead poisoning can be severe. In the worst case scenario, it can lead to coma and death. We don't tend to see those very elevated levels these days. That's from eating a lead tin soldier, a leaded soldier, for example. Children that are exposed to dust from the home that has leaded paint in it, more likely to have elevated levels that will contribute to decreased IQ, behavioral and cognitive disabilities, things that will give them a disadvantage when they're in schools, in the school system.
So the program will help parents to identify where there might be lead-based paint in a home?
Exactly. And since we recognize the need in the community, we've actually expanded beyond just looking at lead. We also do assessments for mold and for radon. A lot of the homes in the region suffer from wet basements. This isn't a particularly surprising thing, and they're also very well sealed homes. And so we have communities, entire communities that have kids with asthma, and one of the major contributing factors is in the indoor environment. And so we will test for mold in the home. We also test for radon. Radon is a natural radioactive substance that, if it accumulates and families are exposed to over years, can contribute to severe adverse health effects like lung cancer. Okay. So this isn't something that will occur overnight, but something that we think that families should be aware of if they're in the same home for a long period of time.
Right. I'm curious how the grant funding that you got both from the foundation and from your other funders helped to support the project.
We had an enormous benefit from the Crawford Heritage Foundation grant. We do several types of activities and outreach. We go into homes specifically and do home assessments. So we were able to provide specific outreach to those families, and we were able to get some of the testing that we do. Some of it's done in our own labs here at Allegheny College. Some of it we send out. So we were able to fund just under 50 homes from this. We offer free services. In addition, though, we also use the money to develop outreach activities for going into the school system. So we go into Crawford Central School Districts and Pencrest School Districts. We've worked with a lot of the fifth graders through their health and nutrition classes and their PE classes, and also through the regular school classrooms. And we work with those kids, and we have very interactive activities to help them learn about environmental health concerns.
Interesting. How would parents get in touch with your organization should they need your services?
Oh, no, this is a terrific opportunity for families. It's a free service. We aren't selling anything. We just offer this as a free opportunity. So either parents or educators are able to contact us at our website, hhhc.org, standing for Healthy Homes, Healthy Children. And the other opportunity, they can just call directly through our office here at Allegheny College at 332-2164.
All right. Well, Carol, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so happy to have been able to be here with you. Thanks, Christian.
Thank you.